Hello everybody. I'll be talking about the moral limits of the market. Looking at the Indian Premier League purely as a business, the model is exemplary. Sell it to an entertainment-hungry and cricket-fanatic nation, a unique combination of its two love, and you get a neatly packaged family blockbuster. The brand value of the IPL may be on the drop, but that has nothing to do to reduce its value from marketers, brands, and advertisers. PepsiCo struck a 396.8 crore, which is equivalent to $71.7 million deal for the title sponsorship rights over the next 5 years. And while they would surely have done their homework before investing large amounts of money, one may have to wait and see how the tournament unfolds over the next few years to determine the shrewdness of the deal. While the aim of this article is not to critique PepsiCo's marketing decision, it raises an astute question on the morality of the markets. It brings to the forefront the bitter truth of the markets we live in today, as it suggests that they are purely capitalistic. Companies the world over are looking at sustaining their brand value, and that has been their prime focus since then. While there's nothing wrong in basing one's business model on this, the path which is being followed to achieve it stands as a differentiator for organizations. Companies have made profits because of their existence in the society. But is it only about maximizing shareholders' wealth? Are companies in the market only to print plastic money? What about playing larger goals in the organization for today's society? Of making goods and services to fix the game, of doing real good to the society? Could the 400 crores spent on simply sponsoring the event be better utilized? Say, the brand perceives its association with the sport, and in particular cricket, as an objective and the way forward. Could a part of this whole amount be offered to set up a training academy or encouraging young athletes to take up the sport and providing them with access to world-class facilities? It could also be synced with the brand's approach to other sports by using a universal appeal of the IPL to draw public appreciation for Olympic athletes. Noam Chomsky spoke of manufacturing consent, where he discusses an institutional analysis of the major media, what we call a propaganda model. By this model, the media determines, selects, shapes, and hence controls public opinion. This is an acute case in point. By sensationalizing the IPL, mostly for the wrong reasons, the media ensures that a majority of Indian audience is tuned in. Hence, it makes logical sense for companies to splash huge sums of cash on it, thereby building brand knowledge through affiliation. However, what many organizations forget is that what interests the public is not necessarily public interest. Michael Sandel's book, What Money Can't Buy, The Moral Limitations of Markets, takes a pragmatic view of the state of our current global markets. According to Sandel, the most fateful change that unfolded during the past 3 decades was not an increase in greed, but that was an expansion of the markets and the market values into the spheres where they do not belong. Throughout the book, Sandel sets out a string of discomforting examples of things that are now available for cash that hadn't been in the past. For example, Sandel asserts that paying something values them in a wrong way and therefore changes our relationship for these goods. For example, paying kids to read books would incentivize kids to read more, but it puts children in a profoundly different relationship towards reading than reading for intrinsic value would. Much in the same way, sponsoring the IPL will definitely ensure PepsiCo's market presence. Will it be for any socialistic good? Could maybe the same money be used to improvise spectator facilities in the ground or allow underprivileged children to get access to world-class star cricketers? The narrow conception of capitalism has prevented business from harnessing the full potential to meet society's broader challenges. The opportunities have been there all along, but they've been overlooked. Businesses are acting as businesses, not as charitable donors, are the most powerful force for addressing and pressing issues we face. The purpose of corporation must be redefined as creating shared value and not just profit per se. This will drive the next wave of innovation and productivity growth in the global economy. It is simply about creating societal value for your consumer base. Would this method of socialistic marketing create a better brand image and lead to a sustainable market presence? Most definitely. Money sometimes demeans the good, and while we may have moved from a time where the best things in the world were free, organizations can still ensure that they use their profits to improve the quality of the very society we seek to exploit. Thank you.